What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to be doing a reaction to a reaction video today. I don't even know why I'm going to waste my time with this guy, but just when I watched this video, it just rubbed me the wrong way. There were so many inaccuracies into what he was reacting to, what he was watching. I know it's a tongue twister, but we're just going to get right into this. So let me add this into the stream. And let me get over here. All right, so we're going to watch this first part, and then I'm going to give my thoughts as we're going through.
So when they need votes, they'll say, "Oh, reparations," and black people be like, "Yeah, we do need reparations," and then boom, they get them to the polls.
Yeah.
So now what she's saying there is absolute facts, especially in a presidential election year. You see all the buzzwords. You got the BLMs is going on out there. They're talking about, what do you call it? Like welfare reform and Medicare, Medicaid. I know Medicare isn't done, but Medicaid. And it's like you see all of the buzzwords to fire up the black community to come out and vote. And then once that vote is over, everything goes quiet again until the midterm election. Then it stirs up again. And then it gets quiet again. And then when it's time for that next presidential election, it happens again. So if you don't see it, pay attention to politics, and you will see that what she's saying is 100% factual.
It's like what you said before about reparations. When you said that, I was like, you can't say that. Then I thought about it, and I'm like, yeah, just imagine if the black community right now got reparations. Yes, it would help a lot of people, but a lot of people don't know how to manage money well, and it would be gone in an instant. And they would be right back to where they were. Like, okay, you got reparations. Now you're back in the same spot. Like, what are you going to do to help yourself? And it's like, I wish there was people talking about this. Like, if you do get reparations, what are you going to do to keep your generational wealth going?
Yeah. So how would reparations?
So what I want to say on that is what she just said too. She's not wrong. Financial literacy is a huge problem. Look at all these rappers, athletes that make all of this money, and then they end up going broke because financial literacy is the biggest issue, one of the biggest causes of generational poverty. Because yes, coming off of slavery, black people were put in a bad situation. But the biggest issue now is it's not slavery. It's the fact that financial literacy isn't there. So to just hand people $5 million, they're going to do what they've always done with their money. A select few might get a financial advisor and invest, but the majority, she's absolutely right. They're going to put that money right back into the marketplace, and it's going to go right back to the politicians that are giving them the money.
Work with the black slave owners? Would they owe reparations or?
Okay, so there were black people that were fighting for the Confederacy.
Yeah.
Okay.
The free.
Not even people fighting for the Confederacy. There were this one here. This is 28 black slave owners in the United States. And there was probably more. And this is on Wikipedia. So this isn't some like satire site or some non-reputable site. But here's a list of 28 people, black people who owned slaves. And here, it says African nations were involved in the slave trade as both captors and traders, but it's important to note that the majority of slaves were captured and sold by other Africans rather than Europeans. So what is wrong with what she said? And then when Mike comes on and starts his reaction, he starts questioning her because she's a white woman, she's Irish, and she has no business speaking to black issues. Like, the color of her skin doesn't matter. What she said was right.
Because it wasn't about race. To them, they got their slavery and they're like, oh, their freedom, not their slavery. They got their freedom and they're like, oh, I know how to run a plantation. Let me start one.
See, and not even that. It wasn't even so much about getting that bag. It was about getting guns. It was about getting sugar. It was about getting wheat, like resources that weren't readily available in Africa. And what people don't even realize, slavery was happening in Africa for probably a solid 1,000 years before the Europeans showed up. And it was very prevalent with Islamic nations. So the slave trade started within Africa itself, then it spread to the Middle East, and then the Europeans came. But that's why it's called the slave trade and not the slave heist. And for those of you that are going to bring up Roots, Roots was fiction. And the gentleman who created it, Alex Haley, and feel free to look this up, he's on record admitting that it was fiction, that he wanted to give Black people something to hang on to. And that's why he made that docuseries. So again, you guys just can't believe everything you hear or just believe everything you read. You actually got to do your own critical thinking and your own research. And I know that your own research term is cliche, but it's true. Like when I hear things, I do a deep dive and get to the heart of the truth. You can't just hear something and then just dismiss it because you don't like it. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
And they went and bought slaves, ran their own plantation, and then they're like, "Oh shit, you want to take this away? Oh no!" And then it was an institution, like globally.
All right, so Mike's about to come on now. And I just want to say too, like the purpose of this is to not embarrass, is not to drag him, is not to make him look bad, is just to let you see that you can't just react to things and not bring receipts. It's like I brought you websites, I gave you links, I gave you quotes of things to back up what I'm saying. What you're gonna see from him, he just throws insults. He starts insulting Pearl. He starts insulting. I should have got her friend's name, but ends up insulting her friend as he's talking about Pearl disrespecting Black people, and then him, who I'm assuming is mixed race, starts bashing the Black girl. And it's like I thought we were talking about not speaking on Black issues. Like just because you're half Black doesn't mean you can take whatever out on her because she has a different viewpoint. See, when you do these things, you want to understand, you want to learn. You don't want to just dismiss someone, but you didn't even give a counter argument. You just dismissed them and insulted them without ever bringing any receipts.
See the title. Let's see the thumbnail. Let's jump on into it. We got a white woman from the UK out here saying some very, very strange things about
strange things because you don't know the facts. If you knew the facts, they wouldn't be strange at all.
Foundational Black American history. I don't know where she's getting this from. I don't know why she feels comfortable to comment on our history. We're not talking about what's going on in the UK. We're not talking about the things that have happened in Germany. I don't know why she feels the need to speak on our history. Turns out.
Fast forward past this.
You don't know nothing.
What did I do? I'm Irish. I'm Irish.
Have you ever had someone?
We didn't have any slaves.
Have you ever had someone
German.
say, "But you're"?
Yeah, true, pretty girl. Yeah, blows my mind. She got her token Black friend up there, her token puppet. So
say, there we go, token Black girl, token puppet. Like, if she's not allowed to have her own thoughts, her own opinions, do you even know what her level of education is? And you're just gonna assume that she's just pandering to Pearl because Pearl's the white girl and she wants to be in favor with the white girl. I'm sorry, but that's one of the most racist things that I hear. Because I'm a critical thinker, right? And when it comes to politics, I'm not left or right. Both sides suck. So my opinions are mine and they're mine alone. But before I come online, I make sure I am armed with facts before I enter into any debate. So just to simply dismiss what she's saying without adding any of your own context or any of your own facts is very, very disingenuous. And I have my own podcast as well. So as someone who does a show, and I'm not a YouTuber before people start saying, "Oh, well, you only have 300 followers." Like, YouTube isn't my jam. I have an international podcast that's have listeners in 55 different countries. So I don't want to hear any of that. But just as a fellow show host here, if you're gonna come at somebody, you can't come at them with just like, "Wow, this is strange stuff," or "She's this, she's that. This one's a token." I mean, come on, man, do better.
so that she can say, I'm not racist, guys. Look, I have a black person next to me, so this is okay. Don't cancel me, right? Come on now. Yes, Gemini, it is ignorant. Ignorance in its finest. Yes.
The ignorance is having an opinion on something that you yourself are not educated on. And just to simply keep saying a white girl speaking on black stuff, and she brought her black friend with her so she won't be considered racist. That there's no facts there. You have no evidence to back up what you are saying. And most of all, you're not refuting what she is saying. It's like I came on here and I gave claims to back up what she was saying. Like if you're going to react to someone, be able to refute what they're saying. All you're doing is being racist towards her because you keep saying this white girl, this white girl, this white girl. And I know you young generations think that race is somehow tied to power, which so that means in Africa, the black people are racist. In the Middle East, the Arab peeps are racist. You know, in Asia, the Asians are racist because they make up the majority. It's so stupid. I'm not saying you. That idea is so stupid, and it's played out, and it's a cop out. Like if you're gonna debate someone, debate them. If you can't debate without throwing insults, then it's no debate at all.
Yes, No Filter says, look at Keisha laughing at that. Like it's funny. Yeah, exactly. She laughing harder than the Leonard. Come on. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. Let's jump into the full footage.
The weaker people. I mean, why do you think black people sold black people into the slave trade? They weren't thinking, oh, they're black, I shouldn't. They're thinking, let me get this bag.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Don't clip me. Don't clip me.
Yeah. When
See, and she's saying don't clip me because she knows what the woke mob is like. If you say anything that goes against what the far left and the Democrats want to hear, then yeah, they're going to come at you. Like people have been trying to come at me for years because I don't toe that Democratic line. And like I said, I'm no Republican either, but I definitely, black people are supposed to fall in line with the Democrats, which boggles my mind because walk through any of the most heavily populated cities that are populated by minorities and look at the condition of those cities. And most of them are Democrat run. And don't give me that crap about, that's a conservative talking point. No, take your ass to those cities, walk around and look at the conditions that black and brown people are living in and poor white people that they're living in. That's a real thing. And it's run by these Democratic mayors and governors. And yet you guys want to get up here and call people tokens when we say, no, that's not right. Okay, that's nonsense. And the fact that you're going to sit here and come down on these two for having a different point of view, right? That's not a them thing. That's a you thing.
Oh, God.
Because they had.
And she knew, even with her token black puppet friend up there, that she was still talking some BS because, don't clip me, guys. Don't clip me. Don't clip me. Too late, honey boo boo child. You done got clipped up. We heard what you said.
See, and now he's belittling her. It's like, I'm done with this guy. I'm done. Take that off the screen. All right. So in closing, like Mike, what I want to say to you directly, like I asked you to debate me one-on-one. I want to hear your views. I don't want to just hear you insult people. And yeah, you said, you don't care about my opinion, but you questioned my intelligence. So you obviously cared about something that I said, or else you wouldn't have responded and then threw an insult out at me. Okay. So when it comes to debating, there's two sides to every story. So if you are not confident enough in your ability to debate someone that has a different viewpoint, then you got to ask yourself if you should be doing reaction videos, because when you do that, other people are going to come out with their opinions. So you're doing a show for the purpose of getting people's opinions. Like you said yourself when you first came on, that's why you always check out the comments. Right? That's why you always check out the comment. Why? Because you want to hear what other people have to say. Just because what I said didn't agree with what you said, and then I ask you to debate one-on-one, and granted, you did ask me to come on your panel. I don't want to be on a panel. I don't want you hiding behind any other people. I want to know what your views are, and I want to see what receipts you're gonna bring to the table. So, like I said, I wasn't trying to do this on your platform, but you were ducking me. So now I have to post it there. So let me know if you want to have that discussion, and we'll get it done.